camping trip. And now I don't think I'm ever going to have a thought like that again, because I've met all of these people. I've met people who've climbed Mount Everest. I've met the Ironman triathletes with diabetes, and it's just totally changed my perspective on having the disease and what it means to be an active person with type 1.
What's the hardest thing for you about living with it?
That's a good question. I think the constant feeling like you're not in control of what's happening to you, and so you know, you can do everything right, eat the same number of carbs for breakfast, take the same amount of insulin, and then you're planning on having the rest of your day be a certain way, and then it all gets thrown off, and then you might have to change your plans. You might have to not eat what you were going to eat for lunch, or you might have to, I don't know, not drive where you were going to drive because your blood sugar is low and you need to wait. So having your days interrupted constantly by this is really, really annoying, and it can be frustrating when you try so hard to prevent these interruptions from stuff.
And yet, you would choose still to have diabetes?
I mean, if someone walked up to me tomorrow and said I have the cure, I would take it. But I would think really hard about it first, because for me, especially considering all that I do in the diabetes world, you know, I go to the Children with Diabetes conference every year, and I used to go to diabetes camp, and now I'm here doing this with insulin dependence. It's really like a part of my identity, and people know me as like Svati, the girl who's always talking about diabetes and always advocating for people with diabetes or raising money for people with diabetes. So it would be really weird to think about not having it anymore. But of course, no one wants to live with it, so I'm sorry.
No, it's good. It's good. No, they're great. What about for somebody who really doesn't want to be that involved? Like, you know, let's say I don't have that interest in, you know, getting up and going. I'm introverted. I don't want to tell people about it. I don't want to, you know, go on any diabetes teams or anything. Mm-hmm. What would you tell me about the disease, or what would your advice be to me, just from a?
I would still say expose yourself to other people who have it, and talk to people, and never try and deal with it completely on your own, even though it's tempting to do that. I'm tempted to do that all the time when I'm at home with my family, when I'm at school. I feel like sometimes it's not worth it explaining the intricacies of diabetes management to other people because they just won't get it. And you don't want people to feel sorry for you. You just want to live your life, right? So, but I would say that if you kind of explore what's out there, and when you're having a tough time with whatever challenge you're facing at the moment in terms of diabetes management or blood sugar control, talking to other people and just knowing that other people have the same problems and they're still living their lives is really helpful. And knowing that, you know, you're not a bad diabetic if you have a high hemoglobin A1C, because there are other really cool people out there who are diabetics and they have high hemoglobin A1Cs. And you don't have to have a perfect relationship with your doctor, and you don't have to always remember to take your insulin or test your blood sugar at exactly the same time every day. Like, it's okay to make mistakes, but you should never give up.